When attorneys and clients seek publicity for the filing of a legal complaint, they often get tripped up on one particular question from reporters. What are the damages that you're alleging in the case? In this video, I'll tell you how to handle that question. Hi everyone, my name is Pollock. I am an attorney who helps other attorneys and their clients ethically, strategically, and proactively engage the court of public opinion. In this video, talking damages. Now, most of the time when a reporter is going to cover, or at least interested in covering, the filing of a complaint in a lawsuit, that reporter is going to ask about damages. They want a number, because that is part of the story, that person A is suing person B, and person A is claiming that person B owes them X amount of dollars. But we as attorneys know that even once we file a complaint, we may not have a great sense of the exact number that we're going to be asking for with respect to compensatory damages, punitive damages, or whatever other kinds of damages might be pursued. So there's some tension there. The reporter wants a number. We as attorneys are a little bit hesitant for a number of reasons to give a number. So here's the formula that I use for my clients. When my clients, either law firm clients or actual client clients, are seeking publicity for the filing of a lawsuit and want to talk to a reporter or answer the reporter's question about damages. I'm going to use my hand here as brackets. So the formula is based on the injuries that we allege the client to have suffered at the hands of the defendant, comma, the effect of the injuries on the client, comma, and the alleged widespread wrongdoing on the part of the defendant, comma, we think a jury could easily return a verdict in the amount of X amount of figures. And, I'll put this in writing below the video so you have a better sense visually of what this looks like. But the point is, you want to make the case that based on the kinds of injuries that the client has suffered, or the kinds of harm that the client has suffered, the effect of those injuries, the effect of the harm, and some of the alleged wrongdoing that you're alleging in the complaint, you think a jury could return a verdict for X amount, X amount of figures, 7 figures, 6 figures, 8 figures, whatever it might be. Remember, when you're making this kind of statement, you're trying to do a couple things here. First and foremost, you're trying to induce a favorable settlement as quickly as possible. So you want the defendant or defendants to understand, look, this is going to be a big case. We think we can get a great verdict. You don't have to give an exact number. Those numbers may not be there yet, but still you give the defendant a chance to digest just how big of a case you think and the client thinks this case might be. Secondly, you're talking to referral sources, you're talking to other prospective clients out there. You want them to know that based on this kind of case, you think you can get this much money for the client. Again, you're talking here a little bit prospectively, you don't know for sure, but you want to give a round kind of number so that way you're communicating to referral sources and prospective clients that you handle these kinds of cases with these kinds of facts and injuries, and you think these kinds of cases could be valued as high as 7 figures, 8 figures, what have you. Reporters want a damages number when they cover a case, when they're contemplating giving publicity to a newly filed lawsuit. They want a number. Attorneys don't always want to give those numbers because it sometimes is a peek behind the curtain, and sometimes the attorneys just don't have the right number yet at that early stage of a legal dispute. Using this formula I just described to you, you'll be able to make an impression on the public, on the defendant or defendants in the case, and give the reporter a round number without holding yourself to a number down the road.